Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field. I guess we can call this Game 6. It's the second consolation game of the Lynn City soccer tournament. Lynn English taking on St. Mary's. And we had a major problem right off the bat. Both teams warming up, and all of a sudden they realized both teams were wearing white. So with both teams wearing white, St. Mary's went to the locker room and dug out their blue jerseys. And they'll be wearing blue. And English will be wearing the white. Alejandro Zayas in net for Lynn English. Jacob Carino for St. Mary's. Both teams looking for their first win. English looking for their first goal. St. Mary's lost a tough game against Tech. Tech scored very late in the game to tie it at 1, and they wound up winning a shootout. Penalty kicks. It goes in the books as a tie for St. Mary's, not a loss. So they played one game with a tie. The MIA, for state tournament purposes, they don't recognize ties during the regular season. Overtime. But like in this game, there won't be a shootout because nobody has to move on. That gets deflected to the net. That went off an English player, the shot, and kind of woke Zayas up. It went right to the net. St. Mary's lets it go out of play. So the two championship rounds, if there is a tie, there will be another shootout. But there won't be any shootouts in the consolation rounds. And as I mentioned, the MIA doesn't recognize overtime except during the state tournament, obviously. So anything that winds up a tie, even though it is decided in overtime, it's still a tie for MIA purposes. Miller had it taken away. The problem picking up the St. Mary's number is when they put the numbers in the back, they made them very small. I don't know why. I don't know if somebody got a hand on it or it bounced up and hit somebody in the hand. St. Mary's is going to get a free kick from the left side, tough angle inside the 10-yard line. They pop it up. St. Mary's got a head on it, but they tipped it wide right. They kind of pooched it toward the net. They went up, got a head on it, but couldn't get it to the net. And English will kick it away. Miller got broken up again. And English will clear it away. English going to get a split on the day. Lynn Tech girls shut out English girls 2-0. He just didn't want to give that ball up. He was trying to bring it up. They finally took it away, and then English got it back. Shot from long range. Took a big hop. Zayas able to make the save. Here's got another shot on net, but from long range, it bounced right into the lap of Zayas. Headed away by the defense. St. Mary's coming back. Keeping it ahead, broken up. They get it back. Another shot on net, another big one hop into the lap of Zayas. I think that was Marcus Weber. I'm not sure what that call was. There wasn't any contact. Somebody must have got a hand on it because they're putting it back at the 35 and giving St. Mary's another free kick. And headed away by English. Down the far side. Shot blocked. Blocked again. They knock it deep. It's a foot race. English looking for a break. They flip it across, but they threw it behind the intended receiver. And they take the shot that goes wide right. Looked like they had a break going, and he was going to walk in alone. Dipped it over to the side, but he threw it behind the intended receiver. They had to back it up and get it. It was Jose Illman with the first move. His pass was behind the intended receiver, and he had to try and collect it and get a shot off. And by the time he collected it, he knocked it wide. And this will roll in, and Garino will get it and kick it away. Knocks it deep. Ailman again. Broken up by Maroney, and Maroney will knock it out of play. I'm not sure what that call was. They reached in. It looked like they made a nice defensive play, but they're really calling it close with contact. The last game, English against Glasgow, there were bodies all over the place. Everybody was getting knocked down. Lacardi booted it up. St. Mary's trying to head it away. Now kicked way up in the air. Takes a couple of bounces, headed away. Nobody able to get really control. Now English finally does. Everybody missed it. English winds up with it. Looking for Aylman. Maroney broke it up. They knock it deep, looking for a break. Maroney trying to get there. Gets around the defense, looking for the shot. It got blocked. He got knocked down. Good effort by Maroney. He made the pass initially to the middle, broke upfield, signaled, knock it up, I'll go get it. And he did. And he made a nice little shift to get back, looking for a shot. Now they throw it right out in front and they score. Nice little touch pass out in front. Right at the 40-yard line with the blonde hair.
15.
Hmm?
It's 15.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 15.
The last guy back right here. Right there. Is it 15 or 16?
Yeah, it's 15.
Hmm? They are just got a hit on the ball.
I think it's 15.
It's important to get that number.
Yeah, it's 15.
Let's move. Hmm?
It is 15.
Couple of perfect passes set up that shot. And it was Cade Cornell out in front all by himself. Zayas had no chance. And St. Mary's grabs a 1-0 lead. The pass came from the near side, right out in front. He was standing right about the 5-yard line all by himself. And he was able to just hit a laser beam that Zayas had no chance on. The Spartans grab a 1-0 lead over the Bulldogs. English got off to a great start against Classical in their first game. They grabbed a 2-0 lead. And all of a sudden, Classical took charge. They scored 5 in a row. Wound up winning it 5-3. And now we got some kind of problem. I don't know who it is because they don't have a number 19 for English. Lopez puts it in play. And English knocks it out. I think it bounced up and got Miller on the hand or the arm. English will get the free kick. I'm not sure what they're doing now. They look like the play was upfield. They're bringing it all the way back. Now they're putting it back up where it's supposed to be. They brought it down about 15 yards. They're still quite a distance away from where it bounced up and got Miller in the hand. Just boots it up and it goes wide right and out of play. And Garino will get to kick it away. He's pushing it up. Ingles gets there and takes it away. They pushed it a little too far. Knocked out by St. Mary's. St. Mary's with a new coaching staff. Shane McCarron, Eddie Mercy, Kasaki. Hope I'm getting that right. Kerry King for Ingles has been around for a lifetime. One of the longtime coaches. Wow, that was right at the near post, at the top crossbar. Garino come up and picked it right up against the post. That was a nice bid by Aylman. That was like, ooh, nonchalant kick. It almost went in. Nice takeaway. Maroney was there to step in front, but he kicks it away. Deflected. He's trying to get control. I can't tell you who that is again because they didn't give me a number 19 on the roster. They tip it, and it's offside. Morales was behind everybody. He got a foot on it, tipped it, and just as he was going to go get it, maybe look for a breakaway, they blew the whistle because he was way offside. The Muse will get to kick it away. Headed away by St. Mary's. Maroney will take the throw in. English knocks it out. St. Mary's will get a corner kick. They send some of those big defensemen, a little taller players, to get down in front of the net. A little extracurricular activity out in front, trying to get position. And they wound up kicking a ground ball and it's knocked away. St. Mary's knocks it back. It's going to go out of play. Substitution for the Spartans. Oh, excuse me, for the Bulldogs. St. Mary's keeps it alive. And he tipped it behind the tender receiver. They go all the way back. Brody McCarron is that deep center field defender kicking that upfield. And we got a collision. And from inside the 20, St. Mary's will get a free kick, almost dead center. And the official pushing English back that picket fence. They drill it, and Evans has to slide and make the save. A solid, hard shot. Looking to go inside the far post. Evans made the nice save. Those miniature numbers trying to pick them up. I think it was K.S. Jackson with that free kick. That almost knocked it home. Zayas had to slide and make the save. So we're just slightly past the halfway mark of this first half. St. Mary's leading at 1-0. We got a timeout down the field. Out of the timeout, English will get to kick it away. Bounces by everybody. English finally collects. They knock it to the far side, back to the middle. They knock it deep. They knocked it too deep. It's going to go out of play. They had a good rush going. Had made a couple of nice passes, but then when he tried to lead, they lit a little too far and knocked that out of play. And Garino will get to kick it away. Headed upfield. Miller tips it. St. Mary's got a little too much foot in it, knocked it way past the net. English is able to clear it away. St. Mary's gets it back. Maroney knocks it upfield. Cornell knocked it back the other way. Down the far side. Miller got it out in front. They got a piece of the St. Mary's player. It looked like St. Mary's is going to be right. A perfect pass out in front. It looked like St. Mary's was in a perfect spot to get a foot on it. And they just gave a little bit of a nudge to the St. Mary's player. And he couldn't get a foot on it. And it wound up with Zayas making the save. That, I don't know if that was Weber or Jackson. I think it was Jackson. It was out in front. They were that close to making it 2-0. Perfect pass from the far side, right out in front, breaking to the net. And the last defender for English just got a little bit of a touch on the player, and he couldn't get his foot on it, and that allowed Zayas to make the save and hold on. So here he's keeping it in. Now the pass too far, taken away. Pass knocked behind, and now way offside. Miller was way behind everybody. This is the boys' consolation. We had the girls. One tech shutting out English. This is the boys' version. They bang it off. St. Mary's toward the net, headed away by McCarron. Maroney keeps it in play. Jackson with a nice little shift. Maroney, the near side. Throws it out in front. St. Mary's got a head on it. They got a foot on it. They got a head on it out in front, couldn't control it. It went to the left side. They got a foot on it. And all they could do was just push it wide left. Maroney with a nice rush off the pass from Jackson. Pushing it around, trying to get around. Maroney breaks it up. Took it away from Kafour. Now we got St. Mary's taking English down. And again, I can't tell you who it is because they don't have the number 19. Good hard shot. Carino got a good look at that one. Wide open space as it came in. Took a big hop right into his lap. And he booms it deep. Miller tips it ahead, looking to go get it, and he does. And it gets knocked out by English. Trying to get around, throwing it out in front. The defense is there to knock it away. It skipped past Zayas. And the defense bailed him out. Bodies go down. English picked it off, starts it back. They knock it deep. And English was offside. That might have been Ailman over that other side. Just as he got his foot on it, they blew the whistle for the offside. Carino will get to kick it away. St. Mary's got a couple of heads on it. Eagles finally knocks it upfield. St. Mary's picks it off. Eagles takes it back. And Maroney with a nice play breaks it up, but couldn't keep it in. Good hustle by Maroney to break it up. Taken away. Eagles boots it away. They put it right in the middle of the net with a blue shirt bearing down. Zayas went up and grabbed it, held on, and throws it upfield rather than kick it. Knocking it deep, headed away by the defense. They knock it deep, but there's nobody there. Carino will come out of the net, track it down on the far side, he'll kick it away. Ten minutes and counting left in this first half as he booms it again past midfield. English collects. They knock it way to the far side. They give it away to St. Mary's. English gets a head on it, knocks it out. St. Mary's should get a corner kick. And we'll have a couple of substitutions for St. Mary's. Corner coming from the far side. They knock it in. I was waiting to see if they called it for knocking what might have got the hand, but they knocked it in. It went right by everybody, bounced out in front, and Cornell's got his second goal. He's knocked them both in. The corner kick came, it was right in the middle. It bounced right almost dead center. It was loose. And Cornell was there. I was waiting to see if he might have got a hand on it and knocked it in, but they said no, he knocked it in with his body. He's got both goals, and St. Mary's has grabbed the 2-0 lead. Tough goal for English to give up. English really hasn't had an opportunity. They got one shot from long range that bounced right into the lap of Carino. Maroney hustling. Boy, he's quick. Now bodies go down. Couple of nice shifts, but then it's taken away from Kenneth Morales. They knock it deep. They'll let Carino go get it. He boots it away. They tip it by. St. Mary's with a rush. Trying to get around down the far side. It just rolls and goes out of play. They had it. Kept rolling away. They couldn't get it. They finally lost it out of play. Eagles will kick it away. They kind of pooch it toward the net. Instead, they pooched it away from the net, and it goes wide right and out of play. I think that was Garcia. Pushing and shoving out in front with the kick coming. Goes right by everybody. St. Mary's got a foot on it. Knocked it wide. Still loose. Ingles finally clears it away. St. Mary's keep it in play. St. Mary's takes it away, but there was a takedown at the same time. And St. Mary's will get a free kick from a tough angle. Right about just at the goal line. Maybe just inside the goal line. Tough angle. Don't want to get too much foot into this. They pooch it up. And they got a head on it again and knocked it over the net. That might have been Cornell again. He just touched it out in front. Cornell went up, got a head on it, and got it over the net and out of play. Eagles will kick it away. Morales knocks it back. It gets knocked out. Broken up nicely by the defense. Nice defensive play by Dario Gomez. Looks like St. Mary's going to get another free kick. Don't know where that came from. I didn't see any contact. From the 20-yard line, from a little bit of an angle from the near side. Out in front, they call St. Mary's offside. Down to the last 2 minutes. 2-0 St. Mary's. St. Mary's, for quite a while now, territorial-wise, is dominated. They get around and knock it up. St. Mary's gets a head on it, knocks it over the net. I think that was Jackson with the kick. He's saying something. You had a problem with something, talking to the official about. English can't get it out of their own end. Bodies go down. No call on that one. St. Mary's breaks it up and takes it right back. Now deep. And they call St. Mary's offside. Time winding down in this first half. 2 goals by Cade Cornell, the difference. Both times in front of the net, getting a piece of loose ball, knocking it in. St. Mary's just can't generate, the English just can't generate any offense. St. Mary's is just continually keeping the ball in the English end. English defense having to make some big plays. They blow the whistle and that'll do it. So we reached halftime of the boys' consolation round of the 2022 tournament. 2 goals by Cornell, both knocking in loose balls out in front of the net in the first half. And that's the difference. St. Mary's 2, English nothing at halftime. Just about set to start the second half here at Manning Field. 2 goals by Cade Cornell off loose balls in front of the net. He got contact with both, knocked them both in. He's got both goals, and it's 2-0 St. Mary's as we start the second half. Eagles had a lot of trouble trying to generate offense. They didn't get any shots at all. The one shot that they did get, it was from long range, and it just took a big hop right into Garino's midsection. He came out of the net. Easy save. They haven't put any real pressure on. Yeah, we'll get underway now in this second half. English will control first. And we're underway. And gets knocked out by Cornell. This knocks it deep. It rolls into Garino. And he'll throw it upfield. English picked it off. Taken back. St. Mary's takes it away. Miller with it. Gets around. Looking to walk in. Still looking to walk in. It goes. Couldn't keep it in. He got it by one, and he had to push it by a second. When he did, he pushed it out of play. Sayers will kick it away. Long lead pass. English got a break. Garino came all the way out to the 20-yard line and took it away. Good job. Looked like they had a break. I think that was Ailman going for the ball. And Garino came out all the way to the 20-yard line and knocked it away. They knock it deep again down the far side. Cutting it to the middle. Nice pass. They knock it ahead. Garino gets there again. A couple of nice passes by English. Almost got them a scoring opportunity. Jackson gets it to the middle. Bodies go down. They blow the whistle a little bit late, but they blow the whistle. No question, it was takedown. This will be McCarron with the kick. English collects. And he gave it away. A little too much one-on-one. Instead of getting rid of it. Miller got taken down. And it goes upfield. And I think that was Kerry King, the coach, making the stop. Headed away by Cornell. He was trying to get something going. St. Mary's kicks it away. Broken up. Knock it deep again. That was McCarron getting a head on it. He finally wound up knocking it back to Garino. He kicks it upfield, and he kicks it out of play. Ida Solis was the intended receiver coming upfield and went out of play. And looked to make the pass back. Jackson got a piece of it and knocked it out. Lopez puts it in play. Miller gets it around with a rush. Has it knocked away from behind. A little bit of a contact, bumped him just enough, knocked him off balance, lost it. English got it back. Miller takes it away. Centers it. English got a piece of it. They'll knock it out of play. They saved it from going out for a corner kick. They'll get the throw in from down deep. And we'll get a substitution first. For St. Mary's. Oh, it won't come from right. Normally where a corner kick comes from, it'll be a throw-in. Ball is loose. They take the shot, hit the crossbar. They get a head on it, they knock it in. That's Miller. They got the shot, it hit the crossbar, went high in the air, and Miller got a piece and knocked it in. And Zayas is still flat in the net. He had no chance. So it jumps to 3-0. That was a throw-in from the corner. It got kicked out in front. The shot from dead center hit the crossbar, bounced up high in the air. When it came down, Miller was there to get a piece and knock it home. They take it away. St. Mary's looking to walk in. Out in front, Zayas had to make the save. That was Jackson. Pop straight up. He was trying to get control. Knocked away. Knocked out by Jackson. Mary's takes it away. tipped ahead, sliding and knocking it out of play. Was Morales. Miller with a couple of nice shifts, trying to center it. English knocks it away and knocks it out of play. Garcia will put it in play. He didn't do it right. You have to throw it with two hands, take a step. There's a proper way of throwing it in. I don't know the difference. All you're doing is throwing it in field. But if you don't do it correctly, they blow the whistle. Cornell backing away, bounced off him and goes out of play. He was still trying to get some offense going. Long range again. Anything that's going anywhere near the net has come from a long way away. And it's been easy pickings for Garino. They knock it deep. St. Mary's with an opportunity. Looking to walk in. Still with it. They knock it across. They get too far. They couldn't get it. They knocked it across all by himself out in front. And the pass was too far ahead. He couldn't get a foot. He had the entire net. All he had to do was get a foot on it. I think that was Miller. The pass came across, and he must have said to himself, I can't believe I can't get anywhere near the ball because I got an open net. Blocked by English. Solis back to Cornell. English looking to kick it deep, looking for a break. Great hustle. Looked like they had a break. St. Mary's hustled back. Got there and knocked it away. McCarron knocked it away. Tip, knocked away. Cornell knocks it away. Mary's finally knocks it deep. Garino gets there first, and they ran into Garino and knocked him down. He's up, he's okay. They knock it deep, looking for a break. St. Mary's collects. Shot got blocked, they banged it. And they knock it in the net. They called him offside, I think. They had the break. English got back. They got the shot off. It went off an English player and it went into the net, but St. Mary's was offside. Down deep. Looking to throw it in front. They got a foot on it, knocked it over the net. That was Miller again. Great rush down the far side, threw it across. It went all the way out in front. Miller got a foot on it, but couldn't knock it in. And I guess English got a piece of it because St. Mary's going to get a corner kick. I thought it was off St. Mary's. They kick it deep. Cornell got a head on it. English knocked it away, but Cornell knocked it out originally. So they're giving it to St. Mary's. I guess they're saying that the St. Mary's player that saved it didn't save it. It was out. And we got a takedown. Contact. And it's against St. Mary's. I thought for a minute if it was going to be against English, it would be a penalty kick. Garcia knocks it out as they try to go by him. And they break it up again. Yeah, a little too much one-on-one. Pass behind the intended receiver. English picks it off. And now English reaches and takes it away. Nice little shift getting by. They knock it deep. They complete the pass. But English breaks it up. And a little bumping, banging. Bodies go down. St. Mary's will get a free kick. This will come from tough angle, but just inside what would be the 5-yard line. Out in front, and it is. That was Miller, I think, getting a head on it. Mary's takes it away. We got contact against St. Mary's. Just past the halfway mark of this second half. 3-0 St. Mary's. down the far side with the Bulldogs. And hustling is Maroney to knock it away. He's so quick. You look like you got him beat, and all of a sudden, he's either right next to you or ahead of you, getting a foot on it. It gets tipped. Garino will hustle out, pick up the loose ball, and he'll kick it away. He's been fairly active in that, Garino, but not making saves. Anything that's come to him has come from long range, and he's had easy pickings. English really hasn't had what you'd call a legitimate scoring opportunity. Garcia gets taken down for his efforts. Cornell knocks it upfield. Lopez knocks it the other way. And gets knocked out. By Maroney. Cornell heads it away. I don't know if that was intentional or it just popped up and hit him in the head. We got a player knocked down. He recovered the fumble. He fell on top of the ball. And they're calling contact against St. Mary's, so English will get a free kick from the 35. Blocked. They knocked it right into the St. Mary's player. Never got anywhere near the net. St. Mary's will get a free kick. McCarron gets his foot into it. St. Mary's went down. They looked at the official and said, "You didn't make the call." And then he made the call. He blew the whistle. He was taken down. They didn't call it initially. And then when the player sitting down turned to the official and said, he took me down, then they blew the whistle and said, "Yep, you get a free kick." It's coming from the 24. And they're moving that little picket fence for English back. Have to be 10 feet away. They drill it through. Zayas got a good look at it. It went right by everybody. And he was able to make the save easily. St. Mary's knocks it deep. It rolls all the way to Zayas. He pitches it upfield. He almost gave it away. Miller winds up with it. He almost wound up going right to the net. And now Miller goes down, and the ball gets knocked out by English. Out in front, couldn't get a foot on it. Contact made, they ran into Aylman. That was McCarron looking for the ball. All he got was bumping Aylman. And English will get the free kick. 3-0. St. Mary's on top. Cornell with 2 in the first half. And then Miller getting 1 here in the second half. St. Mary's takes it away. Ailman with it. Pass behind the intended receiver. They knock it deep, and they knock it too deep. It's going to go out of play. Miller. Solis. Jackson. They tip it back. They knock it down the far side. Trying to center it. They complete the pass, but they head back to the net, couldn't get the shot. Now they tip it, but they tipped it too far. They get it back. Gets deflected. It got headed away by Kafour. And English knocks it deep. McCarron looking for it. English takes it away. English looking for a takedown. They don't get it. It goes out of play. We'll have substitutions for both teams. English will get the throw in just inside midfield. Looking for somebody to give the ball to. Just keeping it alive. Nice little shift going by. Broken up. Got knocked out. St. Mary's got a foot on it. Knocked out again by St. Mary's. English controlling, but not coming anywhere near getting a shot on net. Now Cornell blocks it as they try to get it to the net. St. Mary's clears it away. Looking for a break. In control. Down the middle. Getting around, still with it. And knocking it home. Great rush. He got knocked down besides. Great rush as he get knocked down. He drilled it just inside the near post. Standing on the 50-yard line, over there, bending over. What's his number? far side 50-yard line, the blue shirt.
Far side. Think that's trying to see. That's what it's doing. I think it's 25. 25.
Can't be.
It's 29. Person like all the way on the end.
Could be 29. There's no 25. You should see if you can get in with the camera, zoom in, get his number. Right now, that's the most important product.
It is 29. 29.
29.
Yep.
Both sides have changed goalies. Krista Zavala in for English. C.S. Levasseur for St. Mary's. And that pretty goal was by Hakeem Akandi. He made a great rush. He did. He actually got taken down. And from a tough angle on the far side, he just ripped it past Zayas and caught it inside the near post from the far side. And St. Mary's leads it 4-0. Cornell got a foot on it, knocked it the other way. McCarron will knock it back to Levasseur or Levasseur. I'll say it both ways. Hope I get it right once. English couldn't keep it in. Pop straight up. English got a foot on it. They put it right on the middle of the net. That was Aylman, I believe. Levasseur went up and just got a piece of it and knocked it over the net. That's a legitimate scoring opportunity for English. Aylman with the left foot, the high hop, he just ripped it. Going under the top crossbar, dead center. And Levasseur, who just came in to replace Carino in net, went up, got a piece, and just tipped it over the net. That's the first legitimate scoring opportunity that English has. Levasseur will kick it away. St. Mary's collects. They knock it deep down the far side. Trying to walk in, broken up. Good rush, just as he made a step to go around the defense. They took it away. And English knocks it deep the other way. They got a break. And coming out beyond the 20-yard line was Levasseur. And he knocked it away. English had two breaking all by themselves. And Levasseur hustled out all the way outside the 20-yard line. He had to run a long way. And he got there and kicked it away and stopped that breakaway. Substitution for St. Mary's. Almost got around. They gave it up. The shot blocked. Blocked out in front, still loose, trying to get a head on it. And finally, Zabala was able to grab it and hold on. All kinds of action out in front. Everybody trying to get a piece. Zabala finally grabbed it and held on and booted it away. And against St. Mary's for making contact, I thought that was the call. Calling Niccolo. But then they called it the other way. They had contact on Niccolo. Knocked away by Cornell. And knocked away nicely again. St. Mary's just took it away and easily cleared it and take it down the other way. And they're pushing to use their speed to get around. And they throw it out in front and they miss the open net. Great rush. I think that might have been Garcia. Made a great rush down the far side. And when he threw it out in front, they knocked it wide. Yeah, we got an English player down. Free kick from the 40. St. Mary's picks off the pass. And they knock it deep the other way. St. Mary's gets there. And they get around the defense. Shot from long range. They got a lot of foot into that shot. They drilled it high and wide and over everything. Zabala will get to kick it away. St. Mary's going very deep in their bench. The subs. yet another sub for St. Mary's. Some of the very young kids in. Dan Chaw. The only thing really left is English going to get on the board. They were shut out in the first game against Glasgow. Excuse me, they weren't shut out. They lost 5-3. And the only question here is, are they going to get on the board? Lead pass out in front, broken up again by the defense. And here comes St. Mary's again. Broken up. Getting it back. And he tried to go to the far side. He threw it wide behind the would-be receiver. It went out of play. We mentioned earlier the refurbish. The place is gorgeous. They did a tremendous job returfing the field and putting in a new track and fixing some of the lights. And now you look over and looks like Fraser Field got bombed overnight, the baseball diamond. Huge big piles of dirt. They've ripped it up, torn it up, and they're going to redo the baseball diamond. They'll do it all over. Where it was all turf in the infield except for the pitcher's mound, it will now be all turf everywhere. Outfield, infield. Fix the lights, fix the dugouts. It'll be like a major league ballpark. When they get through, colleges would like to have these two facilities. They blow the whistle and that's the end of the game. So English is going to go to 0-2 in the early season. St. Mary's going to go to 1-0-1. They lost the game, but it wasn't a loss. It was a tie in the MIA record state book. So they'll go to 1-0-1. English will go to 0-2. They get out quickly in the first half. Two big plays out in front from kicks, corner kicks. And there was Cade Cornell getting a head on one, getting a body on the other. It was 2-0 at halftime off his 2 goals. And then a play out in front. The ball went off the crossbar, popped in the air, and there was Nick Miller there to knock it home. And a great rush by Hakeem Akandi. He took it down the far side. He ripped the shot just as he was getting knocked down. He ripped the shot, caught it inside the near post from the far side. That made it 4-0. So 2 goals by Cornell, 1 by Miller, 1 by Akandi, and that was the difference. Garino went most of the way. Lavassa made a great save on Aylman, the one really legitimate scoring opportunity that English had. Jose Aylman made a great shot, and seeing Lavassa, who just came in the game as the backup goaltender, reached up and got a piece of it, knocked it out. That was the only chance that really English really had legitimately. And St. Mary's will get a win on the board. They win it in the consolation round. St. Mary's 4, Lynn English 0. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.